Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Siti Nur Azlin binti Amran. My matric ID is BD20303. The small and medium-sized enterprise sector (SME) is often viewed as the incubator of the employment, innovation and growth. The reports by the Observatory of European SME use statistics on the number of enterprise, total employment and production made by firm to provide an overview of the current situation in the SME sector in Europe. Regardless of how they are measured, since most of the enterprises in Europe are small, but they account for a significant amount of European work experience and economic activities. The vast majority of enterprises in Europe are SMEs. Zingals point out that empirically, the attention paid to large companies has led researchers to ignore all of the young and small firms which do not have access to public markets. In this video, I will explain about how they construct a financial health indicator to define the degree of financial health in order to decontaminate the estimation sample and to make predictions that are not biased by unhealthy firms. To examine the likelihood a firm will go bankrupt, they use the binomial logit model. Under non-normality, they choose the logistic regression model with the maximum estimators. The financial ratios are calculated at the end of the year prior to the bankrupt year. Accept the standard error of estimating of ROA of Altman et al., which is computed over 7 years. As represented by the likelihood of radius statistic, it indicates that the model fits the data significantly. So, they will move on to interpret parameter estimates. The total firm sample has the highest type 2 error, up to 99.41%, which means that to predict that no firm going to bankrupt, they need to minimize the total error, since it represents a reduced percentage of the total number of firms used in the estimation process. Many efforts have been devoted to develop models to predict bankruptcy probabilities, and banks, investors, and firms are interested in using these models. Since the models have been developed in the aim to estimate the bankruptcy probability of the quoted firms, less attention has been paid to the non-quoted SMEs. Usually, the bankruptcy probabilities of the non-quoted SMEs is studied by analyzing financial ratios using discriminating techniques. These models are based on constructing an estimation sample using bankrupt and non-bankrupt firms, controlling by size and industry, or unbalancing the samples using all firms. They have applied measures proposed by the Basel Committee on Banking Supervision to evaluate the credit scoring of the sample depending on the criterion considered to select the firms. Based on the data given, the type 1 error rises to 33.35%, while the type 2 error rises to 42.86%, and the CAP decreases to 0.801, and the ROC rises to 0.662.